One on yet? Oh,
There we go. There we go. Hold up. Hold on. Let's do this again.
let Amber in.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back again to Hollywood Affiliate Marketing Services, where we are going to be interviewing Fair Credit Restoration tonight on our weekly Wednesday night interview. Sorry. All right. Well, hello everybody. I am HollyWood, or Nick, as some of y'all know me. I don't know, and most of y'all probably didn't know my name is Nick. Anyway, we got Brianna here, we got Amber, and we have Brandon.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
All right. Do we have any viewers yet? Do we want to wait a little bit?
Yeah, we can give it a couple of seconds before we hit them with the icebreaker.
Wait, let's wait. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
Fantastic. I am feeling electric.
That's a good answer. Awesome. All right.
Yes, yes.
Let's go ahead and start. Welcome on, you guys. Like Nick, this is Fair Credit Restoration. They are, from my understanding, a new company, and they are here to tell you that they are a credit recovery company, but not just. Y'all are not the typical credit recovery company, correct?
That's right.
So tell me a little bit about your company.
Yes, that is correct.
Can you repeat that?
I said, go ahead and
It was
tell
a
me
little choppy.
about
Sorry.
your company and what you guys do.
Yes, we are a credit restoration company, and we repair credit. But we don't just only repair credit, but most of our clients come to us needing their credit repair with kind of like a goal in mind to purchase a house or a home or get money for their small business. So we work with clients to repair their credit, but also work with them on their goal in terms of what they want to accomplish.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. So what made y'all start this? There's plenty of businesses out there, plenty of fields. Why this one?
Well, so basically, Brandon and I, we've been friends for a while. And, you start sharing your journey with your friends and you're like, man, this, I wish I would have known this. I wish I would have known that. I became a victim of identity theft. And then me talking about my experience with identity theft, he was like, yeah, I had to fix my credit. And we've been talking about this for years. So we've been sharing tips back and forth. And because we've been sharing tips back and forth, we realized that, everyone's just not as educated about credit. And it was like, there are restoration companies. He and I both had tried them. So we found out we could do this on our own. It takes a lot of time, but we realized that something was missing from those particular companies that we had tried. We're not going to say any names, but they didn't educate us on why, on how, on, what needed to be done to get to a certain step. It was like, okay, we're going to clean your credit. Well, what does that mean? And how long does that take? So
Right.
It kind of started on the basis of we had an issue ourselves that we found out how to fix.
So real quick, you said that you had, I guess a credit issue yourself, and you went to a credit restoration company?
Yes.
Yes.
I was a victim of
We
identity.
both had experience.
Okay. So it's like you went to a business, you had a bad experience, and then decided, hey, I want to start my own credit company to basically fix the problem that you had. So I guess, what is your vision with the company?
You want to take that?
Sure. So basically, with our stories are very similar. And so, I wanted to get my credit repaired because I wanted to make a major purchase and purchase a home, but I wasn't able to because I was not approved. So I paid a credit restoration company or credit repair company, and paid them a lump sum, and they were not able to fix my credit. And so, me as a researcher, I just digged in information. I just said to myself, I want to figure it out by myself. There's nobody going to stop me. I believe and I have faith that I'm going to get this off my credit one day. And so, as far as the vision, I want to help people that are just like myself and Amber, where we're in situations where we're trying to navigate through this world and we want to get certain things accomplished, whether it's start my business or buy certain things, and we don't want credit to be the reason or be the no as to why it's holding you back or you can't succeed or take yourself to the next level.
Awesome. Okay, and I really respect the fact that y'all are not open to publicizing the company names and things like that. It tells a lot about your integrity, so that is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
As far as
Thank you.
This fair credit restoration, what I guess makes y'all different, or what kind of differentiates you from the other businesses that you dealt with previously?
So for me, one thing about Brandon and I, the people that know us know we are kindred spirits, and we believe in when you gain knowledge, the wise thing to do is to share that knowledge out, right? So obviously, the reason why we charge is for one, the time that's going to be invested into doing this the right way. But what sets us apart is that my experience and his experience with the other companies is a lack of one, education, and a lack of two. So for instance, if you came to us and you said, I want to purchase a house, but my credit isn't where it needs to be, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about what your goal is, what the time frame is that you're trying to get there. We believe in operating in full transparency on both sides. We're going to pull in your credit reports. We're going to give you an analysis on our first, and this is at no cost at this point. We haven't even discussed pricing. That cost that we're going to discuss with you is going to say, hey, you know what? This is what's on your report. This is the area you need to focus on. We talk about how credit is broken down. A lot of people don't understand that the credit score is made up of a lot of different factors. So we believe in education. Not only are we believing in restoring the credit, but we also have funding opportunities available. We also have creative ways to help build your profile in the event your profile is not strong enough for that low interest rate. It's not all about the score, and a lot of people don't understand that. So the thing that sets us apart from each other credit repair company out there is that we are focusing on the bigger picture, not just getting negatives off. So you could come to us and you say, you know what, I can qualify for a mortgage, but I want a lower interest rate. Would you believe that you could buy the same car that I'm buying, and if my credit is lower than your credit, I could end up with a 15% interest rate. You could end up with a 2% interest rate, and I pay $9,000 more for that exact same car?
This is crazy because so many people don't know. That's why this is so important, because you hire a credit restoration company or recovery, however you want to word it, and they don't educate you. They just say, this is what it is, this is how much you pay, what we'll try to do for you. And people just kind of trust that.
Yeah.
So
That's
So hold on, real quick, guys. I just want to let y'all know that there are, I don't know if y'all can see down here in the like it says Facebook user, hey guys, we do have some viewers that are out here saying things. I just want to let the viewers know that you do have a platform in the comments to ask questions to these guys, because they're here to answer your questions tonight. So feel free to actually ask those.
Absolutely.
So like I was saying, the education is very important, because a high credit score, you got to have a high credit score, a decent credit score, to be able to purchase these things or these goals that everyone wants in life, like their dream car, their home, things like that. So it's very, I really like the fact that y'all actually, take pride in educating your clients, and that tells a lot about yourself and your business as well. So tell me, is this all in one package, or is there any kind of like hidden fees for these types of things, or?
No, there's no hidden fee. So like, you want to take it?
Yeah, I can take it. Yeah. So as far as the package, so with the credit restoration, fixing your credit, obviously that is a price point. But as far as working with you to attain your goal, the funding, that's, once we approve you for the loan, whatever that loan amount is, you're guaranteed that's your loan. So as far as the profits on the trade lines, if you're trying to buy a trade line, you're trying to use creative profile building, we do sell trade lines, which is a separate payment from the actual credit restoration.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that I can think of, or that I know, that we charge. It's separate from the actual credit repair, is the trade lines.
So I want to add in that, so the price that we agree upon with our clients, so it's a lump sum price, but we're able to break that into payments. And the thing about it that sets it apart, it's like, let's say you're in 2 months into the service and something else gets added to your report, even though we are pay per delete model. What that means is instead of paying a monthly fee like you would to some of the other companies out there, with us, you pay for what's on your credit report upon the initial consult. So if in 2 months in something else gets added, when we go through the next round, if something new is on there, we're not going to say, hey, we're going to charge you extra for this. We're going to go ahead and take care of it. And we keep working your profile until we get it as clean as we could possibly get it, which is usually making sure that all the negatives are removed. And we do this legally. So I do want to say that there are a lot of unscrupulous methods out there. That is not something that we operate in. So if you're looking for some, quick answer, that's not it. We want to make sure that we're approaching this the right way, and that we are doing it and using the laws, the credit laws in your favor. And we also know that there are compliance that not the bureaus only, but also the creditors have to be in. And if they're outside of compliance with the reporting, then that helps us in getting some things off. So you may say, hey, I owe this debt, but just because you owe it does not mean that they're able to actually report that by law.
Gotcha. Okay, so with that being said, so do y'all have any type of guarantees that you guys give each, or a type of goal that you try to meet with each client as far as a credit score or knocking things off?
Well, prior to the goal that you meet with each client, sorry to cut you off, Brandon. I think prior to the goal of what they're trying to help, who do you help?
Mm-hmm. Anybody that needs help with their credit. There's not a specific person, or there's not a specific demographic or type of people that we cannot help. We can help anybody. If you're trying to restore your credit, if you're trying to start up your business, or if you're trying to purchase a home, whatever it is, if you need help with your credit, we can assist you.
Okay, I think Nick's frozen over there.
We have a question here, I see. So just to answer your question, student loans, child support, some bankruptcies, we can get all of those off. Brandon actually, I'm working on mine now, but he actually already got his student loans removed.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, I had about 14 of them, 14 accounts removed on all 3 credit bureaus. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Nick, you back?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I clapped, but I was like, I don't know if y'all knew.
Good. Appreciate the love. Thank you.
All right. So as far as the guarantees or any client, is that something that you guys do?
Yeah. Yeah. By law, we're not. By law, we can't guarantee anything. But what we do say, what we can do is 25%. If within 90 days, we guarantee that we remove 25% of your items. So for example, if you have 4 items on your credit, 4 items, within 90 days, okay, if we don't remove at least one of those, 25%, then we refund you your money back. Oh. One thing that we can guarantee is that we will use, the credit laws in your favor. And we're very confident about our product and services that we're able to provide.
I have a question. I'm not sure because I did have a technical issue. Yeah. Are y'all seeing the comments?
Yes.
Okay.
So did y'all already answer this person? The student loans?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh yes, student loans, absolutely. We got you.
Can you comment on this this other user who said that you brought their score up almost 100 points.
That is awesome.
We
They
can't
brought my
see
score up
who the users
almost
are,
100 points. Yeah.
but that's probably right. That's probably accurate. We just see that it says Facebook user. So we have had a few clients.
Yeah.
For example, this is a great segue for this. Somebody made that comment, almost 100 points. So for those of you that actually, I don't know how many people are watching or whatnot, for those of you that have children that are like, you know, young adults, I would say that category between 18 and 21, a couple of things here. So my sister-in-law, I'm going to put her out there. She's younger and she's about to approach her 21st birthday and she didn't have any credit established. And so we're credit restoration, but we also believe in education. Like we said, we were able to help her actually establish her credit score. So like, I think the only thing she might've had on her profile when I initially started talking to her about this is an address saying that she actually existed along with her social security number. And there's an app we logged into. It said her credit score was basically non-existent. Currently, she is, after 2 months of a free service that we helped her with, a free service that we told her about, she is currently 2 points below 600 in a matter of 2 months, from 0 to 600. So,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I didn't even know you could get a 0. I'm sorry.
yeah, if you start out with no score. If you don't have ever applied for credit, you never been approved or denied. The only way to start with a score, you could start with a negative score. You could have a collection account. Let's say you go to the hospital, you get a bill, you don't pay it. That collection account starts your profile. Now you got a negative mark with no positives.
Let me ask you all a question. So you said that you can have a 0 credit score, and you know, you can have a negative account. How long do you give people a timeline of how long it's going to actually take them to? Can you even gauge how long it's going to take them to boost their credit? Will it take a month? Will it take 2 months? Can you actually give a gauge based off experience, or is there any formulas or algorithms that will allow you to say, hey, you know, 6 months from now you'll be able to be like, boom, yeah, you can be at least 50%. I mean,
yeah, you can see results within 90 days right off the bat. I mean, most we're very conservative in our approach to guaranteeing, but you know, we could definitely guarantee results within 35 to 45 days for sure.
And that's not completely.
My credit score actually, I think yesterday, or was it today? I definitely posted. I paid off one of my credit cards. It probably was yesterday, and my credit score dropped like 40 points. So, is there any way that you know? Because I would have never guessed, you know, that would happen. So, you know, is there a way that you can say, hey, if you do this, you'll get that?
35% of your score is all about your like, you know what utilization is, correct? It's 30%, 30 or 35%. Well, utilization. So 30%. Let's say 30% of your score. That's a big part of your score, right? So you paid off credit card. If you, depending on what that payment was, let's say you were at 50% utilization and then you dropped to 10% utilization. You're going to see a huge increase because that is a big part of your score.
Yeah. And with the 30%. Yeah, with the 30% of your score, just that bucket alone, there's 5 different ingredients that make up your actual credit score. But one being the highest, which is your credit utilization. Just that bucket alone is 145 points, just with that bucket.
So the credit bureau
that you can borrow from.
Y'all are dropping real knowledge now.
Which you said?
Me?
So I didn't get that.
Brianna.
Yeah. Oh, Brianna. Oh.
What's going on? I was just saying you're dropping some real knowledge that people really have no.
Oh, absolutely.
The 5 key components, or what up your credit score, any of these things that people really don't care about, but they need to, but they don't care about it because they don't know. You know what I mean? Nick, what were you saying?
Well, one, I want to reach out to the viewers. We the people in attendance, if you have any questions, please, once again, feel free to ask your questions. They're here to help. They're here to answer any of your questions. Even if it has to do with, I know that we've had some people who are also in the finance industry who have thought about going in this direction, either for the same reason or because they've been in finance. So actually, let me ask you that question. So since you are, in this industry now, if somebody has been in the finance industry and wants to start a business, also, along the lines of credit repair, what is the methods that you suggest they go by and why or how? Because I definitely have been asked that.
You want to take that or want me to take that, Amber?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I saw another question pop in here. You can take it, and then I'll piggyback if I have anything to add. And then I'll answer that question.
Okay. For one, I wouldn't advise anyone to start or in an industry as far as credit without knowing the law. So you have to study the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And if you study that Fair Credit Reporting Act, then you'll learn some of the techniques that we're using right now in terms of what customers are entitled to, because it's all about education. Most customers don't know what they're privy to or what they're entitled to. So all these laws that we're using, all these clear techniques we're using is straight from the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's just one of the acts. There's many acts as far as the creditors that have to abide by. So I would say study the actual acts and the laws for credit. And in studying the laws, it'll tell you, it'll route you exactly where and how you're supposed to respond to these different, types of negative inquiries on your client's, profile.
So say they have actually done all that.
Yeah.
What challenges and I guess things that, can they avoid, or say they have all the knowledge, they've been doing it for years, or whatever the case is. What challenges or things that they have to overcome, or what suggestions do you have to help them, be, I guess, where you are or where you want to be faster or easier?
So, like, honestly, the growth we've experienced, we've been operating about 4 months. We started this, we are where we are in 4 months. We actually are just now starting to really promote our business. So the clients that we've had so far are from just word of mouth. So as with any business, a lot of it's going to be word of mouth. And it's important that when you're entering into this arena, you have to keep in mind that it's a very sensitive subject. Credit, finance is a very sensitive subject. And so you have to be, my biggest piece of advice would be more understanding, courteous, and respectful towards your clients and their unique individual situations when entering into this. And if you don't know something, it's okay to say that you don't know. So you could have all the financial knowledge that you want and not know as much about credit and give the wrong advice. And so we are in groups, and in those groups, we see people and we see their struggles. So I would say network with people that are in your industry, within the same industry.
Okay. So we do have a question. It says, is it true that I can add my child as an authorized user on my cards to approve them with credit early on?
So
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, but
Sorry.
There's a but. So if you're a person that pays your credit cards on time, yes, I would recommend it, because what happens is the credit history that you've built, the good credit history that you've built and the bad credit history that you've built. So if you have a card that's $1,000 limit and you've had that card for like 2 years, when you add that authorized user, with the exception of American Express, they don't backdate. So that child gets all of that history. So if you have great payment history and you have great utilization, I would definitely recommend it.
That actually is pretty interesting you said that. I think I don't have children that are on cards, but I have authorized people, and I don't, and I think that makes sense. So I did not know that.
Do you know that is a service that's actually offered? So if you have great credit, you can actually So adding someone as an authorized user, that doesn't mean that you have to give them a card. They could literally, it's called piggybacking. And the reason why it's done, piggybacking is done to help establish a stronger credit profile, stronger credit score for those that don't have credit scores. So there are companies out there that actually sell trade lines. So you, Nick, for instance, if you say, hey, you know what, I have decent credit, I don't mind just adding someone as an authorized user. A lot of people will actually pay you to be on your card as an authorized user with no access to your account, just so they can get your positive payment history.
Nick, I'm not paying.
Am I affected at all?
No, because basically they're not
and
on your card or anything.
Yeah, just to elaborate on that, just to kind of give you an analogy to make sense. So authorized user is very similar to, like, you know how you log into your computer, you have a guest account, right? Well, a guest account has certain limitations, like it doesn't have all the privileges as an admin. So when you add an authorized user, it's almost like adding a guest account where you can, it's like parental control, where that particular individual that you added, they can't control, make changes, or use your actual credit card. You're just pretty much cloning or sharing your information so it can show on their report. But they can't make changes.
That's interesting. So we have, do you give advice on how to grow business credit?
Yes, we do. We actually, we partner with a company that specializes in it. We've used ourselves, and we also have knowledge on how to grow business credit. It's something that we're continuously studying all the time, because obviously we're in business ourselves, so it's very important. But we do know that in order to establish your business credit, the one thing that people come to us and say, hey, you know, I want to grow my business credit. Well, how's your personal credit? Because your personal credit's great. And even if it's not, we'd help you restore your personal credit and leverage your personal credit in order to establish good business credit within, I would say, program is like 6 to 9 months.
Yeah. That's another creative technique that you can use. Even though you're a new business, you know, you can use your history from your personal credit profile. You can piggyback off your personal. And when you apply for loans or things of that nature, it's almost as if your business has been established as long as your personal credit profile. But that's another creative technique.
So question with that, I have sole proprietorship, and I have not gone into the LLC just because I don't try to take on any liability for anybody. But so if you have a, you know, personal credit is pretty fine. And I know actually people that are watching right now that have great credit and want to start a business can so you're saying that basically their personal credit transfers over to the business. But I guess depending on if you have sole proprietorship, limited liability company, incorporated, etc., does that affect the, I guess, the credit history?
As long as you can open up a bank account, it doesn't matter if it's a corporation or if it's a sole proprietorship. But I will say, guys, I just want to clarify, when you do use your personal credit to piggyback, you're not copying the information. Like when you authorize user, the information is actually shared with another user, right? But when you piggyback off of your personal to your business, your personal information doesn't show up. It's just that when the lenders or the banks run your information, you know, or run the reports, they pull your personal information to piggyback or support your business, but it doesn't show up on your business credit profile.
So it's
no, the reason why I asked is just because, for instance, if you know you start like a medical company or a trucking company or something that needs insurance and things like that, something that actually has liability. Well, like I said, I try to stay away from that just because I don't want to get sued and then somebody take all my money. So if you have some type of liability added to it, do they look at that and then, you know, figure out, all right, so can we trust this guy, or how do they
so basically the setup is it's what's called a personal guarantee. So the part of that is it's using your personal credit to show that you are a responsible borrower. And so basically there are different types of accounts out there. And so just to go with what you said, Nick, like if you go with something that does have liability, a lot of people don't know there's something called errors and omissions insurance out there. And errors and omissions actually covers you in the event somebody does come against you and attempts to sue you or whatnot. that insurance would cover your business. But honestly, as a sole proprietor, it's actually more risky because you're taking responsibility for your business. So when you go to limited liability as an LLC, it's usually recommended because LLC takes on a limited personal responsibility for the company. And if you go corporation, then the business takes on all the responsibility. So with that being said, if you have good personal credit and you're establishing a business, initially, yes, you will take on some personal responsibility for the credit wise, but the way the program that we're partnered in is set up is that it teaches you how to leverage your personal credit to grow the business credit and then use the business credit to take ownership of the personal credit so you have no more personal liability. That's the key.
I like how that sounds, actually. I actually follow really well. It looks like somebody else does too.
I say, okay.
So
I don't know. Go ahead, man.
with all of the things that you got, you know, the wisdom that you drop on people, you know, the actual, you know, funding itself that you do, as far as when they get their credit to be where they, you know, want it to be or their goal or whatever, is it just like, oh, okay, that client's done? Or how do y'all build that rapport with the client? Do you teach them, I guess, you know, how to stop this from happening again or prevent these? Or...
Yes.
Perfect. I like.
So
yeah, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm not sure if you guys have answered the question already, but so, you know, kind of to piggyback off what Brandon was saying, and then we're on this topic of business and things that you, I guess, support as far as credit goes. So you've already established that you do personal credit. You also help with business credit. I guess, are there any other services that you offer, maybe education on? Is it like a structured thing where you go through a class? Or is it if you plan on starting a business and you give it like a business class? Like, how do you actually structure this education and things that you provide?
Yeah, so the education piece comes by, you know, just like we're having this conversation right now. So when we have consultations with our clients, you know, we're constantly educating them and letting them know that whatever it is that we're doing, here's why we do it, okay? And here's how it impacts your credit, and here's how you can avoid that. So as far as the education piece, and then working with the client, you know, say if their you know, their profiles, you know, is fixed, they purchase whatever they need to purchase. You know, we stay in constant contact with our clients. We kind of make our clients our friends. I know that sounds crazy in business, but our clients are very transparent with us, and we communicate with our clients to make sure that, hey, you know, if you're trying to make another purchase, you know, we pretty much stick with you. I don't want to say for life, but you know, we are very loyal to our customers, even though they're done with our services for that particular moment.
That's good. Y'all build that trust, because it's not like, oh, I fixed my credit and it's never going to go back again. You know, credit fluctuates all the time. But I think that that's very important and that's very key to y'all's business. So you mentioned that you started this roughly 4 months ago. Right?
Yeah.
So COVID time. What I guess influenced y'all to start it then?
Great question. With these interest rates being
well, you know, yeah. I'm actually glad that you asked that question, because to be honest with you, we like to help people. That's just what we like to do. And so we know that credit is one thing that can help people restore their situation in their life. One of the things that we did was with the Hurricane Laura that happened, you know, in Louisiana and hit part of Texas, we actually partnered with a nonprofit to provide credit restoration for free for those that were impacted by the Hurricane Laura. So we know any type of, you know, crises or pandemic or whatever serious event that happened that affects people, we always like to be a part. And we know credit is something that you can use as leverage to facilitate you to restore your life or improve your life.
That is amazing. Y'all did it for free?
Yes. So we offered, so my family is from Louisiana. And so my brother, he actually called one day and he was just FaceTiming. Brandon had come out to Austin. So we're running the business from 2 separate locations. He's in Atlanta, I'm in Austin, Texas. And so he was out here visiting, we were working, and my brother called in the middle of us working, and we literally stopped our flow. He was on video, and we saw like somebody's roof sitting in their front yard, and we're like, man, like instead of seeing, I think a lot of companies probably would have saw dollars there because, you know, being in a flood zone like that, sometimes there's not insurance available, or sometimes you've used the insurance in the last hurricane, or there's limits to those things. And so just seeing him drive by, it was really bad, y'all. Like, our hearts broke for those people. And the last thing you want to do is be worried about you're having to utilize your credit lines. You're having to refinance on something because FEMA's not giving out the money that you need in order to get the repairs done. Some people in that area are still not able to live within their homes. They didn't have electricity for weeks on it, like almost a month in some locations. How can we sit back and have the ability to help and not help? We wanted to do something, so we got together a flyer. We put it out on social media, told people to share. We found some Laura groups that needed help. We put it out there. We got a decent response. And what we said, we offered them 6 rounds, which usually we only have to go 5, on average 3, but we offered them 6 rounds. And then also, if by chance they wanted to go further than that, we offered a discount on future services as well, just because we know it's a hard time. You're already in a crisis from COVID and you're hit by a hurricane. And I'm glad that we did it because now Delta came behind Laura and did more damage. So
I can definitely speak on that because I'm in Louisiana now, and I've been here last month and this month, and I have personally seen in the past 2 months where I can't even stay in certain parts of Louisiana at this current moment. I have to drive an hour and a half to my job site because they don't have power. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was just telling Brianna, I was like, they just went out of power, and it's because they have had back effects to the hurricane and things go out, and they can't even figure out, okay, was it somebody that messed up or was this an effect of the hurricane? So they it's a lot of restoration being done even on that end. And with all of that, they some of these major corporations are actually losing business and losing a lot of money. And one of the main things that they're trying to do is get people and get funding, which they haven't been able to get. A lot of even some of the what you would call the mom and pop shops that I've dealt with, they are like, well, we can't pay our bills now because for one, COVID hit. Now you got a hurricane on top of that. How am I supposed to be able to generate income, and we don't have the business coming in?
Yeah, one of our company mottos is we are helpers helping helpers. And that's exactly what we do. Is even with our clients, we don't look like, okay, you're a client, you need help. We know that a lot of people are in position, or a lot of people like to help other people. So even with the knowledge and education that we provide in providing credit restoration, we educate our clients and we tell them to share the information with their friends and family. So that's exactly what we are, helpers helping helpers.
Wow, that's amazing. I have the chills. I'm not even kidding. That is amazing. I'm about to ask a million questions already. I'm sure.
Comment too, also, everybody.
Great. This is great. But pricing on this, people want to know how much is this? I want this so bad. What do I got to give? You're gonna give it to me?
Okay.
Yeah, because if I don't have no money, how can I afford it?
So we're running a special right now. Yeah, so we're running a special right now. So free, for those that need their credit repair, we will restore, or fix or remove all items for the credit for $555. Not only that, but we have a payment plan set up for that. So if you come in and you're not able to make that lump sum payment, we will work with you and set up a payment plan where you can, pay that off. We'll just work with you, and whatever it is that you can do on the monthly, we'll work with you. Work it out.
So
I almost hit you with a curveball because I was gonna say, so if I walk in there and I don't have any money and I can't pay my credit cards already, I'm gonna be like, hey, I don't have any money. I need to repair my credit. Can you help me? but then you just hit me with the payment plan. So I'm like, oh, okay. Whoa, hold on. We got a question. Does the payment plan go on your credit? That's a great question.
That is a great question. It does not currently, but you know, the only reason, let me explain. So it's something we have thought about. Brandon and I are very outside of the box thinkers. So we've definitely thought about this, but after our research has showed you have to have a certain amount of accounts before you are able to report to the bureaus. So once we hit that number of accounts, it's definitely something that we're going to be looking into. And FYI, that $555, I see the next question here. How much is the average cost to have your credit repaired? $555 is a special we're running. It's a price you probably won't find in other places. Companies that even have the pay monthly model, you usually on average end up looking at 2 years to get your credit restored because they do not use the methods that we're using. And when I say they don't use the methods is that one of the things when you enter the credit repair industry, you're reading the credit repair books and they tell you that you should limit how many items you dispute at one time. And the reason why you should limit is to keep the client a client for a long time and to make money off of them. That is not what we're in the business to do, but it literally tells you that. So we do things the way that we do it on average. When we're not running a special, we have a fee that starts at $249. That's the first work fee. And that's to get an account set up, to get everything started. And then we also charge $25 per item. Now that is not including the more difficult items such as bankruptcy and child support. Those things are like $150. But the thing that sets us apart is that let's say you come in and you're like, you know, I really need this done. So you get ready, we start talking, we discuss the prices, we look at your profile. It is based on your profile because why should you pay the same price somebody else is paying if you have 2 things and they have 80 things? And I'm not exaggerating. We've seen some that have more, you know.
Yeah,
so,
87.
Yeah, we saw So we've seen some accounts. So there's not, when I say there's not anything that we think we cannot fix, we've seen a lot of it. So don't be afraid. But I said all that to say, we have clients that have came in, they've done our consultation is free. There's no money discussed until after the consultation, with the exception of the $555 right now. If you go on our website, we have monthly payments set up. What we have found is that $111 plus tax monthly is not that hard for people to afford, but even if it is, schedule a free consultation. And what we've done with our clients before this $555 is brand new, guys. It's number of grace. And we thought with everything going on, we would grace people with a special. So 5's the number of grace. So 555, you know, it doesn't really get much better than that. Do your research, know what you're getting out there. It's usually like $1,500 to $2,400. But we don't do that. We make payments available to where they can line it up with their pay date. Let's say they're biweekly or weekly. We have a client that couldn't pay anything to start. We said, well, when can you pay? That's going to be our first question. When can you make your first payment? Ideally, of course, we would like to see some, since we're putting in the effort, we'd like to see something that first day. But in the event there's a circumstance that prevents that, we've scheduled stuff 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. But the difference is most companies will not start until they receive payment. We start from the day you decide to become a client. We will send you out an invoice. If you can't pay it, if you're not paying it for 2 weeks, if you communicate that to us and we know it's going to be included on your invoice, you go back, we'll give you a reminder when it is time to pay, but we start work right away.
So let me ask you a question. You said that you start work right away, and while you were talking, I see, you know, there's a lot of users out there that are asking questions, and they're great questions. But, you know, say after this live, we get off and you have 50 people that say, hey, I need my credit restored now. I'm trying to buy a house tomorrow. I need a car. You know, I'm trying to buy a ring, whatever the case is. What is your capacity? Because I know you only people I see right now are you two. So do you have a capacity or a wait list or a certain amount of clients that you take on?
You want to answer?
Well, as long as you can book we have a calendar, right? And as long as you can fill our calendar, that's, Monday through Friday, I believe from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're actually Eastern time zone. We're actually looking to hire more employees to help us run a business as we're expanding. So we're going to be able to actually take on, more clients. Right now, we're taking we have a lot of clients that we're taking on, but we project that we're going to be expanding pretty soon. So we're actually looking to hire, so we can handle a bigger flux of people. But for right now, me and Amber, we've been handling these calls back to back, and yeah, we've been taking care of our clients so far. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually getting messages on the side outside of the group, and I want to make sure that I ask them for the members. So we're on this subject of you just said that you're hiring. So there are a couple people that are apparently watching that are a part of the finance industry, as well as other people who just have general questions. I guess they're a part of a watch party that they're not able to comment right now. So one question is, there is somebody who has a finance background and they would like to know, as far as the hiring process, how does all that work for them? And then I don't know if you want me to just do one question at a time.
Yeah, let's do one at a time.
Okay.
So that's funny that you should ask that, because we have one issue. One issue is that we want to make sure that anybody that's been brought onto this company has the same heart for people that we have, because we don't want the vision and the mission of our company to be lost in translation, because that does have the ability to help. Because one thing is, if you have the right attitude, right mindset, we can teach you all there is to teach you. But if you have knowledge, but you don't have the heart for people, it's a little bit harder. We're currently building out that process. I think the growth that we've experienced from our live date, which was the actual live date, we said September 11th, I think. It has ramped up pretty swiftly. We have leads that we need to call now, but we are in a process of building out what that hiring process actually looks like, because we project here, especially with income tax time rolling around and stimulus coming out again, that the growth is probably going to be substantial. So we are currently building that out. Drop us a line, supports@faircreditrestoration.com. And if you are interested, while we're going through this process, please send us like your resume, but we don't want it to be like some paper resume. Send us your resume. What qualifies you for working with people? I don't care about what the background is. What qualifies you to work with people from all demographics?
Okay.
Perfect.
So the second question that I have is from a member who has actually started a watch party. Apparently it doesn't allow them to come in here. I'm not sure why or whatever, but the question says, can I pay half up front and then the other half when my student loans go away?
You want to take it?
Well, like I said, Amber has stated that we work with you. So we want you to feel comfortable and know that not only secure, but that we're very confident in our process. So if you have a case like that, it's a case by case. We'll definitely work with you.
And I guess people have to remember, you guys, y'all are personable, but y'all are also a business as well. So as much as y'all have the passion to help people and help people through their crisis and, restore and things like that, y'all are a business as well. So it's not free this. You do, have empathy and things like that, but it is a business as well.
That's correct.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Are there any more questions, Nick, from...
I do have a question, actually, and this might be personal and might be even stepping over the line. But
okay,
feel free to opt out. Kind of like
I'm like, uh-oh. Okay.
I'm saying, like, with me personally, if I'm going to the gym, I'm not going to go to the guy that I don't want to look like, nor do I want to go to the guy that, doesn't look like he can tell me what I need to hear. So you told me earlier in the interview that you had identity theft and basically bad credit.
Yes.
So what is your, all right, maybe that's too personal. Has your credit score gotten to a place where you were not ashamed to say it at this point, and how long did it take?
So I'm gonna address that like in two parts. So it was at a point where I was not ashamed to say it, but at the beginning of this year, I started to go through an unfortunate circumstance, and I became a victim of identity theft for a second go round. So, and just in operating full transparency, I have some health issues, and I got contacted, not thinking anything of it because I'd already covered from identity theft once. I got contacted saying that I was a part of a breach from some medical records for a time period when I lived in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I'll say like this, at the beginning of this year, my information had been compromised to the fact that, so second round identity theft, I didn't know this was going on until I went to trade in my car and get a new car. So I'm going like, oh yeah, I've already bought 2 cars in the last couple of years. I'm gonna go and I'm getting another car. And they denied me. So I'm not, man, I was like, wait, denied. And I go to the same car guy. He goes, girl, what have you been doing? Start getting, I call Brandon. I'm in tears because first off, I got denied. Then my bank account got touched. Somebody had canceled my card. And I was going through a divorce, so I thought it was my ex-wife. It wasn't. But basically, essentially what happened, my credit got hit so hard that I had, this is what we found out at the end of July. It had dropped my score to like 413. No joke. I'm not lying. Yo, I couldn't believe this. So you're going from here to here. So this can happen to anybody, even people in the industry. So we started, this is how crazy this is. We were talking about starting the business. We started the business June, what was it? That we made that official. It's like June 24th or something like that.
June 21st. June 21st.
So June 21st. Found out at the end of July that this had happened. Went to the bank 4 times in 1 week to get this rectified. Come to find out, pull my reports because I had my reports on a fraud alert, not thinking anything. So if you have been a victim of identity theft, forget the fraud alert. This is something I'm learning. Security freeze is the way to go. So now my reports are frozen, so this is not going to happen.
I've had to do that before.
See?
Somebody stole my wallet at the bar back when, I don't know if y'all familiar, I'm in Houston, back when, man, I can't remember the club name, but either way, they stole my wallet, and within less than an hour, everything gone.
You ran
I had my Social Security card in my wallet only because I had to take my Social Security up to the job I just got that week. I never had my Social Security card on me, but they stole my wallet and Social Security card was in it. So I had to do a freeze for 3 months. Otherwise, they could have opened credit and done everything in my name. And there's actually a restaurant owner that lives in my neighborhood, that he basically had to shut his whole restaurant down because he had $500,000 in debt due to identity theft.
Yo, when these people do this, let me tell you something. And I, like I said, we operate in full transparency. So what I'm telling you guys, go out there. So the research is crazy. So I have police reports, identitytheft.gov affidavits, and I've sent it into the bureau, right? So you think you're on the rise, and then they'll, the companies out there, they don't have to have your social security number to put something on your report. The name just has to match the address. And so I've had arguments with the credit reporting agency saying, how are you allowing this to happen to me? I've never even lived at this particular address, and that's not my social security number. They can just change a few numbers around. It could be a totally different number. And they can allow the reporting if the name matches or if similar name matches. And so, but I will say, after getting our business up and going, obviously focused on getting it going, I started to work on my own credit, and I've seen an increase in the last month and a half already from that 413 score back up. It's starting to go back up now. I'm at like 529. But like I said, I'm dealing with a whole different ball game, and that's not typical. Prior to that, my credit was in the high 600s.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So do you have any
Brandon, you want to answer too, just to?
Oh, go ahead.
Where my score is at 751. So that's currently what my score is, and that's where I'm still looking to increase it, but
Where'd you
I'm
start?
okay where I am right now. I can Yeah. You said restart.
Where
Where
did
did
you
Yeah,
you
start?
start?
I'm okay with my credit. Where did I start? Okay, well, okay. I had a long journey. Okay, my journey was long. So Amber came on the scene, but I've been on the scene. I was playing. But okay, it happened about 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, my score was at for like 460. Kid you not. And this is when I was trying to, purchase a home, right? So just FYI, I went through a lot of heartache and pain. I know there's a song out there like that, but I really did. And a lot of what I did, it took me a couple years. It took me years to get it where is now. That's why I can shortcut, because I understand exactly the techniques and what to do and what not to do. I've already done it. So it was about 460, and I personally started working on my credit. It took me about 2 years to get it in the 700s, and now approaching 800s. But knowing what I know now, I'm okay with it. Where it's at right now, because I'm kind of like in the sweet spot. So yeah.
That's good. So do y'all have any, I guess, success story or, one of your best transformations to share with us? The 0 to 6, whatever, it was pretty.
That's 600 points, just about 598.
Yeah.
But
We're having an educational question afterwards.
let's just say like this. All of our clients that we have currently, within the first 30 days, they've seen some sort of
I can say, wait, no, I got one.
Okay, got one?
So we do have a client. We have actually more than one client, but one in particular. We're working with that filed bankruptcy, Chapter 13. I know even in the credit world, this is a very challenging one. All right, this is a very challenging one. Well,
wait, real quick, Chapter 13. So can you clarify between Chapter 13 and Chapter 7?
Chapter 7, it dissolves the debt. Chapter 13, you make monthly payments for approximately 3 years till the debt's paid off.
You have a chance to recover.
Yeah.
Okay, just to clarify for those out there that don't know, the reason I know is because whenever I see your company file for bankruptcy, if it's Chapter 13, I'm like, all right, I can still rock with you. But anything else, all right, I got to go ahead and put my money in.
We actually have a Chapter 7 that we're dealing with right now too. So I think we got that last week, but it's all good. But yeah, Chapter 13, Chapter 13. On their credit report, and we're already getting results, as we speak. And this client signed up maybe like 30 days ago.
Yeah, right.
And we've already seen some. We're already seeing some results. So
that's awesome.
That's a very challenging one.
I want to make sure I address some, because we said something earlier when it came to pricing. So there is an additional cost in full transparency, and that's just for the credit monitoring. And what that credit monitoring, we do have specials on that's not charged by us. It's so that we can pull your credit report monthly, and it's $21.99 a month. But we start people with a $1 trial, but that's the only fee. I wanted to say that because I don't want anybody to say, well, you said.
Yeah, because they'll be quick to do that. Everybody's trying to,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, though, you don't want hidden fees.
And the credit. Yeah, right. And with the credit monitoring service, we have to have that, because it's almost like, performing the X-ray, where credit monitoring is like us doing the X-ray, and then we're able to diagnose and, understand where the pain is. So without it, it's very difficult for us to do our job. So it is necessary for us to continuously, treat that pain.
Awesome. Well, if they're not convinced at this point, I don't know what to tell y'all, because y'all have a passion for the people. Y'all truly want to help out. It's not just, I'm here to make money. You're helping people. They need help, and you want to help them. So that's one of a kind, and that's very respectful. So big ups to you guys. Is there anything? What was that?
I think Nick had a question.
Oh.
Well, were you asking a question, Brianna, or were you wrapping up?
What was your question?
Oh, okay. Well, no, I had one more question for the sorry. So for the members out there who say that they have an 800+ credit score, but they don't have any major purchases, is that something that they should feel comfortable with, or because they, I have, there's a couple of members
This
who
phone,
have,
my goodness.
yeah,
Is
there are
that
a couple
yours? Can
members.
you turn it on vibrate?
It's not mine.
Oh,
That's not mine either.
Mine's,
Brandon.
hey, Brandon.
That's me, guys. That
I
is
Speaking of,
turned my
definitely me.
notifications
What's
for,
up?
off.
for the members who do have that 800 plus credit score but don't have major purchases such as a home, a house, a boat, whatever it may be,
Mhm.
is that something that they should feel comfortable with? And for those major agencies, is that something that they're looking at, the fact that, okay, you got a high credit score, but you don't have any major purchases?
So yeah, you can have a high credit score and you can not have a great profile, because your score is one thing, the profile is what's important. So that's where it comes into play. So like, let's say you got 2 trade lines and you have an 800 credit score. And trade lines are basically, let's say you have 2 credit cards, or you have a credit card in the car. To get funding or to qualify for certain loans, or if you're in the market to buy a house, they're going to look at for at least 5 lines, on average. And it's also, you got to look at your average age of the account, because you can have new credit and you haven't had a chance to really screw it up yet.
Yeah. So the history is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted to put that
I
out
also
there.
want to add some value to. I wanted to add some value to that, because this is a misconception in the credit world, is that a lot of people focus on the credit score. Okay, when the score, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but it's not primary. What is primary is actually your credit criteria. Depending on what you want to purchase, okay, you want to make sure that your credit profile meets that criteria. What does that mean? I'm just going to elaborate on it just a little bit. So if you're trying to purchase a car, a major car, this, you want to purchase a very nice car. All right. Well, if you've never purchased a car before, okay, or let's just say, let's just use this example. Say my score is 800, right? My score is 800 and I'm trying to purchase a car. Well, if you have a bunch of inquiries on your credit profile within the last 24 months, let's just say you have 50 inquiries, well, you're not going to get approved for that car just because your score is 800. Your profile has to fit the criteria, which means you have to look at all five ingredients that make up your credit score, which is payment history, credit utilization, which is 30% of your score. Let me just go back. Payment history is 35% of your score. Credit utilization is 30% of your score. Length of credit, which Amber mentioned, which is the average age of your credit profile, is 15% of your score. And also mixed credit, which is basically different types of accounts that you have on your profile, revolving credit and installment credit. And then the last, installment loans, that mixed credit, which is 10%. And then last but not least, which is increase, okay, which is another 10%. So the amount of increase or amount of new credit that you've been applied for the last 24 months.
Okay. We have a question.
So you have to look at all those ingredients and ensure that they fit the criteria for what it is you're trying to purchase.
Yeah, I just don't want people to be, I guess, misled in thinking, oh, I got a, perfect credit score, I can, do anything, because they do look at your credit history. I know they're looking at many different things, especially when you're trying to purchase a home.
Yes.
And you don't want to just think, oh, I got a high credit score, so I can, walk out here, and then they hit you with, you have no major purchases.
Yeah,
you have done basically nothing except for pay off one loan or, something like that.
So
what they like is what they consider a thick file and not a thin file. And a thick file is considered at least 5 to 10 accounts, both revolving and installment.
And when it says I see, how does a credit profile look? Basically, there's a few things I want to point out to piggyback off what Brandon said. If you're going in to buy a car or to buy a house or to buy a major purchase, there are lots of different FICO scores out there, and there's Vantage scores. So it depends on what each company is looking for. So let's say if you go to buy a car, this is the easy one. A lot of people buy cars every day. There's something called the FICO Auto Enhanced Score. There's 04, there's 08, there's new ones coming out, 10. So it's like, it looks at a lot of different variables. What a good credit profile looks like it's contingent upon what the underwriting criteria is. But to keep your credit profile great, let's just say on-time payments and utilization under 30% could get you mostly there. Like a lot of people say, okay, utilization, what's that? Well, if you have 5 credit cards and those 5 credit cards average out to $5,000, keep it under 30% of that total amount. If it averaged to $40,000, same thing, under 30%, under 10% is better, because just because you have the credit doesn't mean to use it. If you're at 50% or above on that utilization, you're not managing your credit properly. So they look at that. Also, you have to keep in mind with what appears on your profile, you want to look at your debt to income ratio, which means how much are you paying on average monthly for these particular accounts compared to what you're bringing in. So you can be denied based on that as well. So it doesn't matter if you have an 800 credit score and you're making $20,000 a year, you may not get what you want because technically you wouldn't be able to afford it.
You don't want to be spending the dime while earning the nickel.
Yeah.
Right.
One little last nugget I'm gonna throw in there. Most people don't know. With the Vantage score, which is your credit score, is actually based off 6 ingredients. FICO score is based off of 5 ingredients.
I actually recently found out. I've been looking at my FICO score as like, oh, that's what it is, and then I signed up for an account with Equifax. Found out my credit score across all 3 of the credit bureaus was much higher than what it showed on my FICO score, and I was shocked because I've been kind of basing everything off that FICO score.
So FICO is what most lenders use.
Yeah,
but
like I said,
which is what the bureaus originally created. And when the bureaus came together to create the Vantage score, it was used for a number of years, and then it went away because of Fair Isaac came in, and the FICO was invented, and now everybody's been using mostly the FICO model. There's other there's resources out there that will tell you what each company is looking for, but I will tell you, you would definitely be denied for erroneous amount of inquiries. If you have a lot of inquiries, you could have perfect credit and still be denied. I've seen it happen to people that are close to me. So
I've seen it happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So but we get inquiries off too. So
Absolutely.
Awesome. Cool, awesome, guys. If any of the users online have any more questions, get them on in. If you guys have anything else to drop on us, please feel free, Amber and Brandon.
Yeah, if you have any questions for us, feel free to ask too, because we've been questioning y'all, all night. You probably feel like you took taking the SAT.
So, I'm always gonna come back with a question.
Oh God.
I'm ready. Shoot from the hip. Shoot from the chest. Got my bullet.
I'm dodging. I don't know about you. No.
Hey, what you mean? I thought you had in the front.
So
got my back. In the front.
What is it that we could do to help you guys enhance what you're doing here? Because we definitely appreciate the opportunity to come on and interview with you guys, but you guys have been so pleasant and just so helpful through the entire process. You made it very easy. What is it that we can do to help you guys promote what you're doing?
Brandon, do you want to go first? Or you want me to
Go ahead.
Well, honestly, for one, we thank you for coming on here to be a part of this interview, because that also helps us promote, so the people of the group get to see that we are truly trying to give to everybody. How much did you pay to get on tonight?
Nothing.
Say one more time for the people in the back.
Nothing.
Donuts.
Nothing.
Absolutely.
So,
That's free.
We are truly trying to give to people. We're not trying to take anything. There's no scam. We're not hitting you over the back trying to steal your credit. You're not gonna get identity thefted from us or anything like that.
Don't do that.
So thank you, one, for being a guest on the show tonight. The main thing is pretty much we're just trying to share and grow this community. So we just want the community to grow. We're trying to bring network from network and bring them all together. So if you can share, invite all your friends, and then if you get, actually not even gonna say if, when you get, clientele and members who are interested after watching this live tonight in the group, please share those experiences and let the people know, that you received, some kind of blessing from doing this interview, and then also, what was that? I just lost my train of thought. But basically, if you have any clients already that, for instance, the success story that you had, have them drop a comment on your post that says, "Hey, I use this. I'm the one that went from 0 to this. I'm not ashamed anymore." That's pretty much it, because those reviews are just like Amazon. You go on Amazon, you see 5 stars. You see somebody, you look for the best review, the worst review, and those reviews that within this community, you're putting a name to the face. You're able to kind of grow it with everybody that's here now, seeing the faces normally and consistently. So now that we can see who's saying that they've used the company before, used a fair credit restoration, it builds trust. And there's I'll be honest, there's a ton of people that call all the time on the phone. They're like, "Hey, your credit card is da 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 da. Call us and we'll help you." I don't trust that. So you guys are here, and you can actually see people that you've serviced. If they can leave reviews, that also would help.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And I also wanted to add that anytime we're also here to, of course, promote services and businesses for people that are trying to network as well. But we also want to make sure that the people that we help promote and the businesses that we help promote are trustworthy and, here for the right reasons, not scamming you for your money or, low quality type thing. So we actually have a link tree in our bio in the group not the group message, the Facebook group. So check out some of the things that we've already approved, and we researched them. And sorry, what was that?
No, I was saying it's in the about section too.
Okay, that we researched and we approve of different services. If you want to say, "Hey, I'm looking for, I don't know, a culinary class, but I have no idea what to even look for," anything like that, we provide those services as well. We do, thorough research and make sure that's the best price for you and kind of works out with your time schedule, anything like that. So we kind of do it all, and we're just really here to help people promote their businesses, because some people don't know how, some people don't know what to do. Some people are ashamed, which I don't even know, to each its own, but we're just here to truly help for no cost at all. So thank you guys for coming on. It was a pleasure having you guys on. I'm sure you helped a lot of people.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So out of all the companies that you have in your group, what was the deciding factor as to why you chose to interview us?
I'll take that one. So honestly, because I feel like I was actually just talking about this in a podcast that we had a few weeks ago. The school system doesn't teach anything about, my school system
does not
teach you anything about credit, taxes, any of these things that we need to know in our adult life. And I really want to educate people, because we want to help, right? So when I saw this, I was like, people are going to love this. They don't know anything about this. The time, with COVID, people losing their jobs, people probably going into debt, all these different things. This will be find it as a great resource for people that are actually in need in this time. So I really thought that it was a great opportunity to reach out to y'all and to help, more people, especially, like I said, through this pandemic, and just educate people that didn't know all these things. And honestly, I've actually learned some things tonight, so thank y'all. But that's why I chose chose you guys.
One last thing, if I could leave you guys with this for those viewers that are watching. If you do know, and I know you said there's a watch party going on, so one thing we're going to give to you guys, as well as to those people that are watching, is the fact that we do have an affiliate program. You guys didn't even ask us about this, but please let us know if you are going to sign up with us. Let us know that you found out about it from this interview, so we can make sure that you two are compensated appropriately. And for those of you that are watching, if you refer anyone, the compensation is $25 per referral. Just let them know that who referred you.
That's awesome.
I think. Wait. I'm thinking I just. I did. There's a comment. Oh, there's two. So let me get the one that I got first. Sorry, whoever this person is. Somebody asked, "What is your goals?" I got that one straight in my DM.
So our goals, we want to basically restore financial literacy to so there's a generation coming up beyond us, right? There's smaller kids that have no idea what's going on. We're going to a world that's seemingly operating in a cashless environment. How many of you actually carry cash with you? Not very many, right? So to honestly, you hit the nail on the head when you said credit is not taught in schools. So our goal is to give knowledge so we could build this community back to where it once was. You know, once we did operate on a bartering system and stuff like that, but the knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and if you know better, you can do better. And I believe that the generation coming up beyond us right now, behind us, the focus is going to be on not schooling anymore or whatnot. These are going to be entrepreneurs. There's a lot of entrepreneurship that's happening right now. So we want to educate so that, you know, your children are able to be set and you're able to educate your children and that they're able to educate their children in the aspect of financial literacy, because a lot of people, they don't have that opportunity. So, you know, there are things we have in the works. You want to just, I wasn't going to mention it. Do you want to mention it?
You know, just to piggyback, and Amber hit it on the nail. To educate and inform and to inspire, that is, you know, what we are about. We I don't know if we want to mention this, but we're actually in contracts right now. But we are coming out with a financial education cartoon for families and kids. And so it's a major brand that we're working with, but I'm not going to mention the name now. But we are actually working on the curriculum. A lot of our training material is going to be through 3D animation. And so a lot of that is going to be facilitated through, you know, a cartoon series. But that's a whole nother thing. I just gave a little
Wow, we all
bonus,
just
little
got
sneak
exclusive
peek. But
content.
we
I
love
didn't
to
know we were
educate.
bringing it like that.
We love to educate, you know, a little bit about, you know, our backgrounds. We are certified life coaches. That's another key component that we do have that bring to the table when it comes to being transparent and relating to people. And so, yes, that's what we love to do, is educate. And that's our job, to make sure we educate and we also inspire others to do the same thing. Share the information. We don't want to keep it ourselves, but share the information. Educate, educate, educate. Financial is a very powerful tool that you can leverage to, you know, make progress in your life. So, yeah.
So where can we contact you, or anyone that's interested? How can we get in touch with you?
You can go to faircreditrestoration.com, okay? Or you can email us at support@faircreditrestoration.com. You can also follow our Instagram page, which is fair_credit_restoration. And our Facebook page, which is Fair Credit Restoration. Feel free to DM us. We also answer DMs. You can reach out to us via DM, and also you can contact us via phone 404-382.
You can also find it right here in this group too.
Yeah, in this group. We are in this group. We're in the group.
They are members. Also, I
we're in the group.
You guys make sure that all these other businesses that you got, you know, there's not a, hey, you got to post one time and then you're done type thing. Continue to post. Just put an appropriate album, please. But continue to post all the different services that you have. And if you come out with products, you know, you got the cartoon, you have, I don't know, maybe you do some kind of special for athletes one month. If you do another one for, I don't know, somebody that went bankrupt, whatever it is, continue to promote your business in here. It's not just, hey, I posted it today and then we're just going to wait. And then a month from now, you're way down the list. Continue to promote your business.
Absolutely.
So, and just
absolutely,
just
you know,
that,
I want to say.
Whoop.
I was going to mention that, hey, we're partners for life. We truly believe that people that we work with in business, when we partnership, we always stress that it's a long-term deal with us. So we look to partnership, and even if we outgrow or whatever, if that's such a thing, we don't technically believe in that because we're always looking for ways to not only support our partners or partnership with our partners, but also help them with their business as well. So this is a lifetime thing. So, you know, we're here for the long run for sure. And we like you guys. You know, you guys cool.
Perfect. Well, I support you. We support you. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Did we get all the comments taken care of, Nick?
Credit. I think I got one more coming in, but if not, then I think we do. I do see some dots floating, but as of right now, it looks good. Oh, you asked another question about something else. I'm gonna just drop a tag right here. I'm not trying to piggyback off of you guys, but we just started a YouTube channel. Me and Brianna over here. I hope I'm pointing to the right person.
You're pointing the right person.
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Everybody go like, comment, subscribe, and share. There's 4 things. That's it. 4 things: like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you want to do only 2, go ahead and watch the whole video.
What's the name of the YouTube channel?
And share it.
It's in the group.
It's in the group.
Yeah, it's in the group.
It's in the group.
It's on a link tree.
For the people that see a later version of this video, whether it be posted on an Instagram or a website, our Facebook page is Hollywood Affiliate Marketing Services. The group is open to the public, so just feel free to join, and all our information is on there. Feel free to promote your business as long as it's appropriate, of course. If you want to get in touch with Amber and Brandon or Fair Credit Restoration, comment in the group. They'll I just ask that you guys go ahead and drop y'all's information in the group so they can contact you instead of rewinding an hour and 21 minutes or fast forwarding an hour and 21 minutes. Put all your information so it's easily accessible. And again, I cannot thank y'all enough. It was an honor and our pleasure to have you guys on our interview. And I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to all the guests and members that showed up to the watch parties that are out there, as well as the people who are right here in the live, whether you're watching from our page or one of their pages. We definitely would like to thank you also. And if you're not a member of the group already, please go ahead and join. It's nothing but love in the group. We got plenty of different businesses, offers, things like that. You never know, the neighbor next door might have, a hidden gem, and you don't have to go to some commercial business to go find it. And not to say that the commercial business is bad, because we don't reject you either. But you never know what's out there. So go ahead and join the group and share it as well to anybody who could benefit or just wants to support.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Amber and Brandon, and we will see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you all. Bye.
You're
You
welcome.
too. Bye.